Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Headspace podcast. Yes, it's Headspace.
Yes.
This is episode 39. It's your boy HSR, and joining me tonight is
Your boy Chris Chrome.
And special guest, your lady friend Bonnie.
So yeah, Daemon is no longer going to be coming back. And
Unfortunately.
we're all on pleasant terms and such. She'll still be involved, just not on the podcast. So we don't know who's going to take over. Maybe it's Bonnie. Maybe it's somebody else. Maybe we found fresh blood. I digress. So for now, Bonnie's with us tonight. And
I'm very excited about it.
Before we get to any of the excitement, soda streams. Everybody got their soda streams?
Yep.
Heck yes.
I got myself some orange tonight because it's deliciously delightful. It's better than Crush, I can tell you that much.
It is. I have to agree. When I had it, it was better than Crush. I got the cola this time, though.
I, as usual, I'm kind of a plain Jane, I guess. I went for medium bubbles with just a whole bunch of lime juice and a whole bunch of lemon juice.
Simple, easy, probably cheaper than SodaStream.
And more delicious and
sprayed
healthier.
The fucking microphone.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay. On that note, if you don't want to hear us talk about anything in particular, you can hit the show more, or you can skip ahead to the actual review.
Refreshing.
And all of that such. On that note, why don't you tell us what album it is, Bonnie?
It is Kesha's Rainbow album, and we have been anticipating this album for years.
By we mean her.
We mean all of her fans.
Yes. So, basically, rather than doing some rap album we didn't care about and being lackluster, we took a very similar approach with the rock review this week, because it was not a strong week for releases in music.
This one came out yesterday, so on August 11th, 2017.
But who doesn't care about the Dr. Luke Kesha story? Like, be real. Like, at some point or another in the last 2-3 years.
That's what we're here for.
You looked into it.
Yeah.
You Googled it. You got the research. You heard about it. Recently, the court case is concluded.
When it was happening, I was living in the gay village in Montreal, and in like the metro in that one, well, because I guess there's a lot of Kesha fans in that area.
Non-French folk.
Yeah. So there was like posters and like post-it notes everywhere, like, and they just kept putting them up through like all the way down to the entrance of the metro, saying "Free Kesha, free Kesha."
Yes, because us Canadians really make a difference.
Every fan makes a difference.
I think that in some regards, yes. I mean, Drake's a Canadian. He made a difference.
I think it was hashtag Free Kesha. If you want to like.
It was
get a little bit more
I remember when that. I don't remember that in particular, but I remember when it was trending and such. I think it was an effective awareness campaign. We all heard about the story.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, she was like mainstream media.
And,
like she was on the news.
On the real, I never disliked Kesha's music. I actually liked the fact that she had like her rap game that was kind of whatever. It's not like you took her seriously, but she never sounded untalented. It sounded like
she's always had talent.
Really fun party pop. Like, I want to listen to some Kesha if I'm really drunk and I'm dancing. Like, that's kind of what it was. Now, I didn't know that maybe on Warrior she didn't want to write certain things and she got forced into doing some stuff, and maybe that's why the album sounded so lackluster and shit. That kind of spawned into a giant ordeal, as y'all can tell. And then she's free. Yay, Kesha's now allowed to release music again. And this is the album that came out. So I'm curious. I don't even care if this makes sense to review this for this channel. But who doesn't want to know how Kesha turned out after all? Because apparently this is it. This is supposed to be like her, what I like to call the Justin Timberlake moment. When he was in NSYNC, it was whatever. Yeah, it was whatever. But then he became Justin Timberlake, and he started writing the music he wanted to write. Yeah. And holy shit, it was good. You're seeing the same thing happen with Justin Bieber. And now that she's free from one of the two mega producers, like, chokeholding the industry, what will she do? Is it going to be good? There's no more dollar sign. That was noticeable.
Yeah, I did notice that.
Go on, Chris.
I was just going to call you out on the fact that I think you just called Kesha Justin Bieber.
I'm putting them in the same tier of at the point of their artistry where they're allowed to take control of their careers and write the music that they want. And honestly, after hearing this album, they're in the same league. Fuck off.
No, I'm not. I just honestly, just to be real, like, I really didn't get it at first. I was like, I got it all the beginning.
Because I see, like, with Purpose, Justin Bieber's clearly reached a point in his career where it's less about, let's say, Usher's vision for him or whoever it was. Right. It's more about his vision. He wanted to write
now
this
Ellen's
album.
vision.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
I see it. Well,
But-
that is very prominent on this album. There's a lot of Kesha's vision and what she wants to do.
We get the title Rainbow, which I guess, and that cover.
The cover is
Holy
definitely something to look
I don't
at.
know what
She's in
to
the
think
water
about
with
the
her
cover.
ass facing us. There is a censored version of the cover, depending on if you've seen it.
Yeah.
We've got the uncensored version there.
So it's a picture of her bum, and like she's sort of like got these like antennas or something, and
The
it's like she's an
UFOs
alien,
above
and then
her.
there's like a whole bunch of like the same UFOs like kind of like going in a row, but she's like in a house.
I feel like in
And
a
then-
hallway.
And
Like
it looks like there's water everywhere breaking through.
Like she's like in a pool.
and
I don't
like
know.
I
the
think this is
aliens
like
are gonna rescue her from drowning. You know what? Let's talk about that shit in the last track. We'll get there. There's a
Yeah.
whole song
Yeah.
dedicated to talking about the UFOs. But do you like it? Because I can tell you one thing. I hate this cover, but I'll not forget it.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's definitely her. It's her being her, expressing her weirdness and her creativity and her imagination. So I absolutely like appreciate and applaud her for doing that. On the other hand, it's kind of a weird cover, but yeah, I'll remember it. So
What I
she
really
does a
like
good job.
is artists are not putting their names and like the titles so much on the cover as much.
it's more about the visuals nowadays.
And I do feel like, in a weird, obtuse sense, this is an extension of at least a part of this album. So that's cool.
I like the album. I actually like the album cover in a sense because I feel like we're going into what she sees and how she sees the world and her
Very
mind.
pink.
So I well, not just pink, just like it's a very abstract type of cover. So I look at it differently than what I guess other people
That
would
doesn't
see.
make it good. It just makes it weird.
Okay.
And
I never said
That's
it was
what I meant,
good.
like,
I just said
memorable.
that like
memorable.
I just think it's
What?
memorable because it's very flashy and
I-
colorful.
I suppose after hearing the title track, I get the title, and okay, fine. I didn't know what to think. It's just, it's not the first time Rainbow has appeared in the title of an album this year.
Right.
I feel like it's an ongoing theme
Like
of
this one
symbolism.
doesn't really seem to like fit like the picture though. But we do find out what like the picture represents
Yeah.
like at the end of like the
Okay,
album.
so I say we get into it.
Yeah.
Run it.
Bastards. Remember that Scottish guy, the fucking bastard.
Yod bastard.
Been underestimated.
Chris, what were you thinking going into this?
Okay, so I was expecting Kesha back when I first was introduced to Kesha, all that like extravagant poppy
Wake
type,
in the morning.
right?
Yeah.
Like that hip
I
hop
loved her. I've always loved her.
You know, and then it's just smooth, calm, and then you
It's an
get
acoustic guitar.
country-ish.
yeah, you get smacked with the country, and you're just like,
Okay, my
But
first.
it's not really country to start
Ish.
with.
I
it's,
said
it's
ish.
country, like
It's just acoustic guitar.
it's
It's more
twangy.
folky.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
the
maybe
sound,
folky. I don't know. I'm not that good with
The
this
sound
picking.
of it is very country.
I
just-
admit to my prejudice that folk, country, bluegrass, I call it all country the way I call all dance music EDM with my ignorance and pride. I know it's wrong. I don't care. But you know what I did notice?
Anyways.
Holy shit, she can sing.
She
can.
has it's amazing
She
vocals.
can.
It really is.
Like, all of a sudden, it's like, you know, you thought she could. You always wondered, like, how she would sound. I'm like, it's like she's right up there. Like, she's up there with the Katy Perry's on this.
Yep.
Yes.
She's, like, top contending.
yeah, she's like Katy Perry, Miley
What?
Cyrus, and like for some notes that she hits, I know you hate them, but for some
It's
notes,
only because of the
it's-
effect. Every time she goes super fucking high on this
it's
album,
like Mariah. It's
they
like
kind
epic,
of
like Mariah.
super compress it and make a weird effect on it to make it
if
fit.
they took out the
almost
high
like
pitchedness of it, but it does.
it just sounds kind of weird to me. Like,
Yeah.
even if she's hitting the note right, it doesn't sound good clearly, and they have to fuck with the sound of it to make it palatable. That's
I don't
my
think
thoughts
so.
on it.
I think it's just talent.
I'm not saying she's not talented. I'm very
She's
impressed.
Very talented.
Like, I showed Sid earlier today. I'm like, this is Kesha. He's like, this is Kesha. And
I
like,
loved
it was
it. I
kind of
loved
one
it,
of
like,
those
his reaction.
moments of like whatever. But at the same time, you know it's Kesha because she just sounds like she's sitting around with you having a beer. Like, don't let those motherfuckers get you down.
Yeah.
And those
Yeah, just
bastards
don't let
and
the bastards
fucking
get you
shit.
down.
That kind of threw me off a little
Don't let
bit.
the mean girls take your crown,
Like,
which I
there's
liked.
an explicit lyric content next to many of the songs on this album, and as much as I don't feel like she misuses it, I feel like she's trying to be organic, and this is just what she would sound like if she was having the conversation
I
with
gave
you.
her credit on that just because it's also something that a lot of like normal people. And I only say normal because she's a celebrity and she's like up there.
Yeah.
She's trying to be a normal person.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Like we as us three, we would call each other, you know, you fucking bastard or you stupid asshole. Like it's normal shit. It's not like they're trying to go into like haters.
It sounds more to me like this, like.
But she just wants you to like forgive, and she's like, you know what? There's a lot of haters in the world, but fuck them. Like, don't care about them.
It's not like about camaraderie. It's kind of like
and
about
she's
the
like
haters.
forgiving. There's a lot of forgiveness in this album.
Yeah. And she's like saying you have to get over it a little bit. Like you can't let the assholes and these aren't good
like,
people.
You have to move
and
on.
if you were to picture it, like you were having this conversation, like with somebody who's just got broken up, but don't let that fucking asshole get you down.
Right.
I just pictured it was such an organic flow, but.
Yeah.
And then it builds up and it progresses, and she's clearly into this progressive, elaborate build-up sound. It happens a few times on the album. I don't dislike it. For me, it is a 4. This is surprisingly a pleasant start to the album. It's definitely not my favorite sound on this album. I mean, and she has a few, which is interesting. But, I mean, I can only take this as far as I can take this with enjoyment.
Right.
There are some I can go farther. This
Okay.
it's a good song. It's a cliche song, and really what makes it stand out is more the fact that she's cussing than any particular composition or talent point. And so for me, when you have to rely on the swearing to create your identity, it is a little bad, even if I like her doing it. But it is the difference maybe between this being a number 1 hit and a number 30 hit, you know?
Fair. No, I totally agree. The singing got me, and I was like, okay, she can sing. That is amazing. She's beautiful voice.
Yeah.
But really, what stood out to me was the swearing. It was just, you've never really heard her swear the way she does it like this, and the fact that it's not covered by a lot of loud noises in the instrumentals
or crazy layers.
Like
there's a lot of like just her.
It's so blunt. It's very blunt, and that's what I like about it. To
compare it, do you remember that Iman song? Fuck what I said. It don't mean shit now.
Yeah.
Fuck all the like. It sounds like it's just this like R&B song, and the problem with it, and to its credit, it's called Fuck It, and it is just that. It's an amazing track, but really, its biggest claim to fame is you wanted to say fuck what you said. It don't mean shit. You wanted to swear with it.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily that he is a talented singer. It's he wrote a provocative song. So 4.
Fair enough. 4 on 5.
I give it a 5 on 5. I thought it was an amazing start. I loved there was like a chant part at the end that like I felt like could have been a chant. It was her singing, but I feel like at that moment, like if you were in a concert of hers, like everybody would be chanting along, and I thought that was like really cool.
I see that.
Her vocals are outstanding. I think she's a great singer. I know I'm biased towards her, but I think that also like knowing like what's been going on for like the past few years, like you kind of like it means more to you, this album. Like there's more of like a history and like more of like a connection, and like, you know, it's like if you're a fan of her, and like anyways, but like the whole thing. So I think that right away you're like, okay, cool, like fuck those guys that like screwed her over, and like good, like she's moving on, and yeah. So I think it's a great start. 5 on 5.
Bonnie, all you gotta do is let him talk.
Mm-hmm.
So Shake It Off by Taylor Swift. That's what we're talking about right now. I'm sorry. Wait, wrong review.
Wrong song, but
it's the same fucking song.
It is not.
It is the same
exactly
song.
the same thing.
Haters gonna hate let him talk. Come on. I'm not saying it's bad, and I'm not taking shots. I plus this within 10 seconds of hearing this song.
Jesus Christ.
Eagles of the Death Metal. It's not the first time I've seen them. I since we've started this channel, and I don't remember where else I've seen them, but they were featured, and I also really like that feature. I don't know who that is, but I'm mad curious because this is amazing. The music's fucking up-tempo and fun.
Yeah, it was really good.
And let's be real, Kesha kind of wants you to dance and have a good time, right? So after a song about letting go, it's like, here we are, let him talk, let him hate. And be honest, this shit just makes you feel great. You just wake up in the morning and put this song. I don't care if you haven't had coffee yet. You're kind of smiling and bopping your head a little more.
I disagree, and I'm the morning song person.
Yeah, no, your morning song is like,
that's why you said it.
Bag, alert, major bag. That's your morning song. So considering. But really, like, this is like, I don't know. It was so fun. It was such a good energy. The message is really clear. It's not like it's a complicated song, but if we're talking about fun pop that makes you feel good and want to dance, there was no convincing. There was no formula. I just got hooked on this from a first listen. Dope as fuck.
Interesting.
Yes, it was. I mean, this is basically like sort of like an anthem for for like rebels, and,
Yep.
you know, like pop rebels, I guess, sort of, you know, because it has that kind of rock pop sound to it. It's really good. It's just about her like choosing to, like, you know, like, fuck all those other guys, like, who cares what they think, do what you want. She's choosing to be happy, and she's just gonna go on and be who she wants to be and be who she is, and she's not gonna give a fuck. And this is her being like, I'm free, I'm doing what I want, whatever.
So what she's really trying to say is we are who we are.
All right.
Got it?
Nice little reference.
Yeah.
Nice reference.
And you?
Well, I was gonna wait for her to give her a mark.
I did 5 on 5, didn't I?
Oh, well, now you
Oh,
did.
all right, cool. 5 on 5. So, song's good, very upbeat, very nice to listen to, very
Yes.
dancey, all that stuff.
Yes.
For me,
Oh boy.
I heard Avril Lavigne
Yes.
straight up.
Okay.
There's a few, there's a few of them.
I could not get past that. I was like,
That's
don't.
not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing.
I
I
also
just,
love Avril.
I kind of fell off the whole
Local
Avril
Canadian.
wagon when I grew up. I guess I was
Yeah.
listening to Avril Lavigne as a kid. Anyway, I grew up.
Don't know what to say.
Two, I felt like this was just an upbeat song of the last one, personally. Like, the message is the same. Let them talk, but you kind of made that clear when you're like, don't let the bastards get you
is
down.
a little bit more like, don't let what they say bother you. Like, you have to get over being hurt. Don't reminisce.
Right. It was more
This is
in-depth
more
and more,
like
like, technical. This
hidden-
is just the party version of let them talk, don't let the
Okay.
bastards hold you down.
All right, I see what you're
For
saying.
me,
Okay.
like, don't
For
get me
me,
wrong.
it's like the party version of I stay up too late.
But
Got
it's
nothing on my... Anyway.
But it
Okay.
anyway, though, just the way it was happening. But again, it is a really good song. The feature was really nice. Like, it was produced really well. Just I didn't feel it, so I gave it a 3.5.
Oh, no,
this is
no,
gonna
no.
be... I knew it. I knew Chris was
Oh,
going to be
no,
the Debbie
no,
Downer
no,
of this
No,
album.
no, guys. Don't
Chris,
worry.
I can tell you one thing. You are not a woman.
Well, that is,
I'm a woman.
like, for sure. So that was very clear.
Bonnie,
She's
just...
a motherfucking woman.
Bonnie, just take it away. This seems like
This
an...
is so good. I mean, the first time I heard it, I was like, do I like it? Do I not like it? I wasn't sure. And then the more I listened to it, the more I love it. This is, again, another 5 on 5 for me, so that's 3 in a row. I am loving this. It's about, like, kind of female empowerment, doing whatever the fuck you want, like, being in control of your own life and your destiny, and, like, it just makes me want to dance and makes me want to clap along, and I love it. It's like a country pop, and, like, it has that sort of, who is it, the Dap-King horns? So I don't know who they are, but they're great.
Nice.
I agree with what the message of the song is, but
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about the tone of the song. And okay, it is what it is. I get it. It's kind of like a Meghan Trainor's No song to me.
But
Like,
she's also very raw in it, and she
Yes.
laughs, and, like, you
like
can
she's
hear
very
her, like,
cool.
honesty.
And then
Yeah.
isn't this where she's getting drunk again? And she kind of
But it's not the same. It's not the same. She's not like trying to
Right,
suppress
right.
demons or like
No, I
evade
know.
problems.
Look.
She's just having fun and controlling whatever's going on in the
I
situation.
found that parts of the song got repetitive. From a real critical
the
point,
entire bridge.
and it was kind of like it just kept going and going and going, and
Yep.
it was criticizing me the entire way through that bridge.
Okay.
A
I
little
can
bit.
feel like at any point, like, if some guy, like, screws you over, if you're having a bad day,
Yes.
if you need, like, an uplifting moment, like, just listen to this song. If you're a woman, just put this on, and then
Exactly.
you cannot
I
not want to
don't-
be like,
So
I'm
for
a
the
motherfucking
7% of you
woman.
that
Don't
watch this
entirely
channel,
see that.
the 7% of you viewers out there who are women who watch this channel,
Whatever.
this is for you.
There's gonna be more watching this one.
the
Hey, my
90
ladies.
The 93% of you that are men, I don't think this was necessarily written for us, which is totally fine and respectable.
I'm pretty sure that if I were to, like, you know, honestly play this for some guy driving along in his car, there's no way he's not gonna be like
Yeah, because we like how
like
you
whether
look
he wants
vibing
to or
it.
not. Like, he's gonna be doing it in his car, and
But,
he's
Because
but
we're
wait,
vibing
Bonnie, the
to
question
you.
is,
Enjoyable.
are you gonna smile if he's doing that in the car?
Yeah.
yeah, and I'll be like,
But
look
that's
at
the
him. I'm
answer.
like,
Wait,
I'm
wait,
like, he's
listen, when we got to
That's
the
the
comfortable with
answer.
himself.
That's the answer. You're gonna
Look,
smile.
I'm not saying this song is bad. I'm saying it's really out of field for what I like, and it's really overbearing. I give it a 3. Had the bridge not been so, because the bridge is annoying.
Yes.
The bridge is like 4 bars repeated over at least 4
She's
times.
just with her
the
and her
exact same
ladies.
thing. And that general attitude has bugged me for a bit. It might be justified, it might be not. I'm not trying to piss off our new female viewers on this
Right.
episode. It's just, I hate the idea of, like, don't even talk to me because I don't even care who you are as a person because you're a man.
But I don't think that's what she's saying. She's not saying, like, fuck off, guys. She's saying...
In the bridge, she is.
Like, I don't really need a man, like, to like, marry me. Like, that's kind of, like, her opinion.
But I think
she's
it's, like,
saying, I'm
guys.
independent. I
Because,
can
like, it's the guys that go up and try to flirt and try to buy her drinks, right? Like, I don't think...
like... Okay, but just
but like,
I ain't that type
if
of
a
guy,
man is
so...
singing about how rich he is and how he can buy all his bitches all these fancy things, blah 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 blah,
just
then
to be
it's the
fair.
same thing.
Like,
it's like I can.
So I'm saying objectively, I shit on the guy for being like that, and I'm just saying to be fair.
Just kind of flossing.
No, me
about their own independence.
Right, and I just find it to be kind of like, all right, it's a divisive thing to me, but maybe I don't understand this issue well enough to see why it's important. And I understand that it probably is very important to have songs like this, and I don't want to take away from that. It's just, I have heard definitely better ones than this one, even to that end.
It's another anthem kind of song for women.
It's not just that. There are just cool anthems for women. Like, damn, I feel like a woman. I'm totally great. Like, that shit's a 5 on 5. Like, hands down.
But that's what I feel like this could be.
But this is just a repetitive, almost watered down version of that with more modern references.
I didn't feel...
kind of taken from a few... Like, I feel like I've heard the message or almost lyrics of this song from a few other people of late. So it doesn't feel original.
It doesn't feel original. Okay. I feel like, look, I listen to the song and I get the message and I understand what it's supposed to do. The thing that I don't like is the fact that she used such generic terms and such generic experiences. Like, listen, you're a woman in the music industry that made it this far, going through whatever trauma and bullshit you had to go through. Now, I'm not asking you to talk about that specific incident, but you can speak about going on stages. You can speak about how you made it into music. You can speak how you did it, how you ran the game, how you really wrote your shit. Like, there's other shit you can write about instead of just, I make my own money, I make my own cars. You just, like, right now, you're a generic other rapper.
Boom, my name is No. Like, it's just that kind of like, all right, congratulate. Like, I get what you're saying.
It's a powerful song to uplift women, yes, but I feel like there could have been more in terms of different scenarios.
Motherfucker, I'm a proper business manager who escaped an entire legal contract situation, and now I'm a dope pimp of my shit. We don't actually need to know what your worth is. Real G's move in silence. I don't care if you're in fancy cars. It's the same thing. We say this about, like, modern rappers. I don't care how many bitches you fuck. I don't care how much weed you smoke. I mean, you might not hear how much this shit goes on in these reviews. You miss out on this shit. But, like, I don't care about a lot of what she was bragging about.
Right.
And so 3, because I get
straight up, it's a 3. It's not produced badly. It's produced well. Again, she's got a beautiful voice. She's doing what she's got to do.
Worry,
she's
Chris.
striking
this is where the dislikes on this video come. It's all right. Nope. It's all right. So what'd you give it?
3 on 5, dude.
And you? 5?
5.
Of course.
Let's listen to a hymn.
All right.
All we've been through. No, we won't stand and salute.
So I took this as an anthem for hipsters and the newest generation of millennials that are coming up and living the way she's living straight up.
I feel like she'd feel a little offended at the idea of being a hipster because this is more meant to be like for the people who want to live as they are, which is the antithesis of hipsterism. Because hipsterism has a lot to do with conformity. Okay. And so this is almost a hymn for the people who are the moral outsiders.
This is for the people who have nothing and like who have nothing to lose.
And you look at the faithless, the people who really, there is an aversion to religion and stuff, and a hymn being a Christian almost or a religious
There's a lot of like references to religion, but like in sort of her own view of it.
Yeah, we can get to her views at the end of this album. But this was a dope song. The hook was really long compared to the verses, but it's one of those hooks where you can connect to it. I feel like I liked it. It was feel good. It was
I feel like everybody when they listen to the hook, they will actually like they can have.
Well, maybe not the being on Stardust kind of shit.
Not that, but like the feeling like you're a rock star. Like I know that sometimes even me, like I know I'm not king shit, but I do think that I'm like a certain way at times, you know, like and it just in my head I feel like I'm perfect or I'm this, right? And I feel like a lot of people feel like that.
Right, but I think it's more a matter of for those who feel without hope, here's a song to connect with. And I appreciate what she's trying to do. She's been through some isolating experiences, and even if you look at her career,
well, she says even at one point she doesn't even care if she gets into heaven. Like she's basically saying that, like she's gonna go do her own thing. Was it her
or was because I took, and this is where I got this whole like millennial generation thing. Because as I see the like my generation how we're acting, I feel like we're not afraid to not get into heaven. We're like just living life to the fullest.
I think that's not entirely true. There's a heavy amount of people who hold religion down as something, especially in wherever country comes from. Anywhere country comes from, is religious.
I'm not discrediting the religion part. I'm just like.
But what I'm saying is that I don't know. It's just that millennials have no faith. Therefore, I think that this is more just another anthem for outsiders, because she's had to deal with some shit. Like I was trying to say, if you look at her career, she's always been ostracized and criticized and made fun of and slut shamed and all the other fucking things. Yeah. So she's just a girl who wants to go out there and have a good time and live life and do her whatever and cruise around and have fun without being criticized. And I think that there's a lot of people who are like that. And to blanket it all as a bunch of whining millennials seems to undersell the idea of what she's trying to put forward.
Okay.
I guess a 4. It's fun. It's kind of what it's supposed to be. This is not like unique or over the top or next level. It's just a really good vibing song. On the radio. Like this, I'd put a lighter up to if I was at the concert.
Well, it shows how good of a singer that she really is. Like again, like it shows off her voice.
Has more of that high pitched auto tune kind of suppressed stuff.
I felt like it was another very honest song. It did kind of like give me like the same sort of like feeling as like a sort of tamer, slower version of MIA's Bad Girls. I know that's kind of a weird thing, but that's kind of what it made me think of. I don't know. I really like the song. I gave it a 5 on 5.
Okay. I give it a 4 on 5. It's produced nicely. She's got great vocals. I'm just not going to go back to this.
All
right, let's do it.
You know, Chris was praying that we'd find another album. This shit's up for a Grammy.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna win. It's going to sweep the Grammys, sure.
I definitely can say that unless something actually comes out stronger than this is pop song of the year. This has got the power. This has got the voice. 100%. This has got the emotional connection to a whole bunch of fans who were waiting 4 years for this motherfucking song to finally come out. And then you finally get the conclusion of everything that happened with Dr. Luke boiled into a single song. And it's there. And it builds up. And it's like, it's really fantastic. Like, you hear it the first time and you're like, again, because this I heard before, Kesha can sing, right?
Oh my gosh.
Like really sing.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of effects.
And it builds up. Like, you just hear, like, that beginning, it's kind of slow piano. It gets, it's kind of like a little, like, it's nothing yet. And then you can feel that it's going to grow into something so intense and powerful. And it's, like, and it really does.
Power ballad.
It really, really does.
And what's really, like, for me, the most noteworthy song is how you'd think, like, a person in her shoes, it's going to be shots fired. It's going to be fuck 'em.
Yeah.
And it's not. It's just, I hope that you find what you're looking for.
I don't think
she's fucking strong.
Your salvation.
Part of me felt like
that kind of forgiveness.
I don't think Kesha can take the gruesome route. I don't think Kesha has it in her to take the gruesome route. But I like
I don't know
the
if that's
strength
true.
and power.
Like, once upon a time, I feel like she might have, but I feel like she has found. If you really listen to everything she said on the prior 4 songs on this thing, she has found something that has allowed her to genuinely move on. That's something that's almost like a religious transformation. But even if it's not religion, but it's like a religious transformation. And she's showing everybody here how to respond to that kind of a situation when somebody fucks you over, to literally take the high road. And the lyrics are strong. How, like, she doesn't need him. How she's finally learned how to fight and she will take care.
When I'm finished, they won't even know your name.
Which is weird because I've said Dr. Luke like 15 fucking times and I've read his wiki page. I know. But it's just the irony of that line.
In the end, he'll be forgotten and nobody will know who he is, and he won't have a career, and she'll still be singing and making records and killing it.
I really hope that happens. That guy's music has gotten progressively worse as the years have gone on. Well, he did write I Kissed a Girl, so at one point he had bangers.
But this feels like gospel. It feels like foot stomping. It's so intense. Like, if you know the story behind it, like, every time I listen to it, it makes me cry. I'm like, it's so good. I
have to say, man, it builds up and it builds up, and then she goes, wee, And it is awful.
No,
it is like
no,
ear
it's like
piercingly,
Mariah Carey
kind of like.
It's
but
like
it's
up
just
there.
the effects they put on it don't make it sound good to me. It sounds like they're holding her back, and it's not enhancing her voice; it's suppressing it.
Fair.
Like it should be blowing up and exploding, and instead it's being kept in a box every time that effect happens, and it happens a lot on this album. So look, I had to give this a 4.9 because of that wee because this shit's damn near perfect, but it really hit me and it bothers me. It's almost like I can't help but want to bust a giggle, and it ruins the emotional overtones of the song just because it sounds like a pig squealing.
No,
It sounds
it's
like a
so
fucking
good.
pig
It's like
squealing.
her screaming and like letting it all out.
It just doesn't sound that good to me. I get it. A 4.9 on 5.
No,
Basically a 5.
almost, but not really. So this, I don't know, this to me was like tremendous. This nailed it. Like she fucking killed it. And like just the emotion that you feel, it's like you're right there with her when she's like going through this, and like what she's telling you, and like the whole story, and like even if you don't know what's happening, it's like you understand that she went through something tremendous, and like she's coming out of it stronger, and she's forgiving, and that she's like, I mean, that is a pretty strong person to be able to forgive someone that like screwed you over so badly. So like,
Okay, I actually gave it a 5. I was just getting a shit.
good. Anyways, so yeah, this song was great. I'm so happy that she's back. And like, even if all of her other songs were terrible, this song would make up for it because it's just that great. Just listen to the album just for this. I give it a fucking 10 on 5.
So it's a 5. And you?
I gave it a 4 on 5. I like the song.
But what about the video?
I like the message. The video just way too much for me. I didn't really think the video was suitable for the song. I get the representation. I get the whole God religious thing. I get moving on. I can't take this as a very
She's kind of
deep,
born again, I guess.
I get all that, but I can't take this serious, powerful manager describing experienced song while she's running around with fucking glitter.
Yeah,
and
keep
just,
in mind that the song and the video are separate
No, but she's
things.
also
Right.
like staying true to
No,
herself.
No,
the
of
video,
course.
the video.
Oh, and fun fact, this one is produced by Ryan Lewis, who works with Macklemore. So maybe
Nice.
like that's why
Nice.
like it's like also so
Yeah,
good.
but I just have to say for the video, I actually didn't find the part once the song started to be terrible. There's a lot of imagery. It's kind of like she was showing you what was going on in her dreams and shit, in her nightmares, and her. That's how I
Fair.
pictured. But it was the minute and a half of her just talking with this, like, trying to sound melodramatic or dramatic or something. Just let me die and stuff. But she ended up sounding bored the whole way through that like minute
Fair.
and a half, and it ruined
But
the
it
video for
obviously,
me.
I don't know. For me, like it showed that she's, you know, she's come to like basically rock bottom, and she's emerging
it was
stronger.
just- Then have more of like something in your voice than flat. It sounded flat. Like she
Fair.
didn't want to be there recording it. That was my take.
She sounded like she wanted to die. She sounded dead and soulless.
But she didn't sound like she wanted to die. She sounded like she was bored.
It's like as much as she tried to sound like she wanted to die, she just made it sound
DMX
boring.
has made it sound like he wanted to
Like
die.
it didn't
After,
have
like,
that crackle,
you're
that emphasis of like
I don't
tearing
know.
apart.
For me,
like
this was amazing.
guy, go
We're
to
talking about the
Kendrick's
video
album
here,
and
just
you'll,
that
hear
part.
it.
This song's still fantastic.
But the only reason why I gave it a 4 is just because it's not my sound.
Okay.
I wouldn't go to this. It's not. I wouldn't plus it. I wouldn't even play it on a playlist. It's not my sound.
Well, I plussed it. You know what else I plussed?
What?
Spoiler alert, Learn to Let Go.
Ooh.
So we have another single with another video, and this time her video, it kind of fits the song. And
Yep.
so because
Yeah.
it kind of fits the song, I thought it's worth kind of talking about. So we have a song where she's learning to let go of the dark shit and move on, and she swears and she loves herself, and et cetera, et cetera. It's really
Yep.
fun. It's got one of the
There's
best
another one where she's like,
pre-chorus, the pre-chorus on this album, best pre-chorus on the album, really
Yeah.
hype. Better than the verse and the chorus to me.
she's learning to let go, and that what was the other thing? She's practicing what she's preaching, and she just wants to choose happy.
Right. But what's interesting about the video is she in like the song she's saying don't relive your dark memories. And so in the video she's showing all these like footage of her as a kid, all these happy memories, and then she's reliving all these happy memories in the video.
There's a contrast
Yeah.
between
And
like,
I'm
the
like,
video
holy
and
shit,
the
a video
verse.
that makes sense with the song. I was excited. It rarely happens. And it has a pretty cool like message to it that
Yeah.
adds value to it. Plus, come on, everybody is excited for Keshasaurus. That's all I'm trying to say. It was cute as fuck.
Yeah.
I feel like the problem I'm having with Kesha's album is honestly like it's shallow pop music. So like it's fun, it's got great drums, but it's not like anything like this song isn't over the top with distinction.
Right.
It's just another fun let it go song. We've discussed a lot already about why this song is good.
Yeah.
I'm giving this a 4 and letting y'all talk.
Okay. I give this one a 4.5 on 5. I thought it was great. I thought it was something that was like very personal to her, and yet also like the message was something that could be shared with like everybody. Like it's quite a relatable message. It was quite poppy. This one I found it was like it sounded a little bit more like mainstream, like what you would hear on the radio all the time. But I really liked it. I still thought it was a solid song. So yeah, 4 on 5.
Nice. I also gave it a 4 on 5. It's very generic to me. I felt like I've heard this before by many other people. There isn't no distinction between this and what we've heard on the album.
No, there's distinction between this and the rest of the album per se. Sound.
Hold on. I'm saying, I was talking about the message itself and the lyrics. It's similar to what we've already heard, and the message and the context is very similar as well. Just get over it, like not just get over it, but move on, continue, grow, and progress, and blah blah blah. I like the catchiness. Is it the hook or the chorus? No, it's the hook. Or the pre-chorus.
It's
the pre-chorus. That is very catchy.
It's engaging.
It's very engaging. And as well, I mean, you can't go wrong listening to this. Like, I wouldn't skip it. I just wouldn't go to it. So
I plus this. You know why I plus this? Because I kind of want more happy songs.
Good.
And this is one of those songs where it puts you in a better mood. And if you ever really, like, if I was going to make a playlist called You're Being a Pissy Little Person and You Need to Not Be a Mopey Asshole.
Have a Snickers.
This is a good song for it. Yeah, like the Irritable Snickers campaign. Good on you, Snickers.
Nice.
So what'd you give it?
4 on 5.
All right.
4.5.
I give it a 4. Let's move on to Finding You, which is not Finding Nemo.
Tell me you're mine, like no one's watching, like trying to...
Boring. No, like, honestly, this is where, and I knew it was going to happen at some point, we hit some song that's perfectly fine. Like, perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it per se, except that it doesn't stand out. It's just a nice, sweet, little innocent nothing song. Finding, like, lovey side of things.
Yep.
Kind of boring. Just, like, I don't know. Maybe it's sweet. Maybe this is meant for, like, little girls and princesses and shit like that.
It's been done before.
But
it's all been done.
It's not that it's been done before. It's that when you hear something like Praying, or even Him, or pretty much a lot of the other ones on this album, it kind of sets a precedent and a standard on the album. So the 7th track in, now we're in the middle. Now's when it's going to get extra hard for them to keep our attention. And I'm like, how are you going to follow up Praying with something like, okay, Learn to Let Go is all right, but then Finding You feels like now we're slipping a little bit further into this album slump, and I don't know, maybe she thought it was a sweet song, maybe this is a lady's job and I don't understand it, but...
Well, look, there's 2 ways I took it. I was like, maybe this is about finding you as in a person, or she's embodying the feeling of happiness and joy and wanting to be positive.
I get that side.
In a metaphorical person.
I feel like this song is pretty, like, blatant. There's not a lot of mystery to this.
Yeah.
The woos were fucking not my favorite part. I give this a 3.5. It's just a nice pop song. A nice standard cookie cutter love song, pop song thing.
I gave it a 3 as well.
Oh, okay.
Well, and a half. It had a nice beat.
Okay. I like this. For me, at the beginning, I thought it kind of sounded like a musical. Like, just the way that it kind of came in. And she was more talking to us. Like, it wasn't so much as she was singing.
Okay.
And so I kind of thought that was, like, an interesting, like, she kind of plays with different styles on this album. And I like that she kind of messed around, like, kind of like a little musical piece.
All right.
And that she's basically in love, and she's in such a deep love, and she means that she's going to be with this person forever when she says it. And that, you know, the love is so strong that she's going to keep finding him over and over every time that she dies. And so she's never scared because she knows that she'll always be with him forever and ever and ever, like, no matter what life they're in.
Nice.
Like, they're just going to keep finding each other. And
right. I remember reading on The Genius that she wanted to explain that she also has faith that there is more than one life, and almost like a reincarnated stance. And so she wanted to express
that's what she says.
I'll keep
finding you, or whatever.
Did anybody get like a little bit of a Disney type feel to this track?
Sure, yeah.
Well, maybe.
Like I said, little girl princessy before.
Like I said, musical.
I wanted to say something a little earlier on the album, and what I felt about a lot about this album is that I'm not discrediting Kesha on what she does. I just have a hard time taking her seriously when a lot of the poppy sounding music sounds like it's directed to kids. Sounds like younger children would listen to it, and I'm just like,
I don't know about that. I think she's just a pop.
Well, because she does swear quite a lot.
No,
so
I'm not saying lyrically. I'm saying just the sound, like the sound she uses and the vibe.
Music, right?
I feel like
so. If your idea is that kids get exposed to pop music, then sure. But trust me, there's worse pop music. Look at.
I ain't gonna doubt that.
T-Pain.
Part
T-Pain
of me just
felt T-Pain could have been the sound that kids liked at one point. No,
fair.
I don't know if I agree with the line of thinking you're running on there. Anyway, that's fine.
I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was like a very lovely, beautiful little like love song, and I thought it was cute the way that she was expressing like how strongly she felt for this person. So I gave it a 5 on 5.
All right, I stand by my 3.5.
Anything?
No, she's been pretty. She gave a 4.5.
4.5 is the last one,
all right.
And then I gave a 10.
Okay, so let's talk about Rainbow, the title track, the next one on the album.
Yeah.
Playful eyes wide and wild, I can't lose hope.
We have the fabulous track Praying Part 2. It's very similar. Starts off slow, progressively builds up, gets elaborate, drops in at the end. Subject matter, it's kind of like a little no, it's not the same. This is a little less about him and more entirely about her perspective changing. Like, I appreciate actually the metaphor.
Well, this was a promise to herself to get better,
and that now she understands like the point of colors and the vibrancy of life, and she used to be this way and she's moved on. And it is like, if you look at this almost like a story,
it's like she came out of the darkness and now she's seeing this beautiful rainbow, and she's emerged, and she can be colorful, and she's allowed to be happy again.
And it does feel like a Disney soundtrack song.
Yeah, there's definitely one part near the end, like middle end, that sort of, it's just like this weird instrumental, and her kind of like, like kind of like singing along to it,
voice.
And it is sort of weird. It's probably the thing that I found like the only negative thing about the whole song.
I give it a 4. I don't see this as like a perfect song. Like, when you compare it structurally to something like Praying, where you see the 5, it's hard to give this the 5 when there's already the 5 version of the song on the album. It's well made though. It's really enjoyable. I actually plussed it on Spotify because I felt like, you know what, it has like, you know what, it made me really feel like it has the same kind of impact as Behind Blue Eyes by Bonnie Tyler or whoever that is. Just the way it builds up and you get into it.
I think I would know it, but.
Or am I singing it wrong? I think I've hit the wrong song.
Somebody let us know. One of you will let us know.
No, it's Turn Around Bright Eyes. That's what I meant.
Okay.
Turn around bright eyes. Every now and then I fall apart.
Yes.
That song. So, yeah, I'm going to leave that in. Hopefully it wasn't too bad for you. That track, just the way it builds up, it kind of has that feel.
I feel like it's Meatloaf, but I feel like that's wrong too.
I think it's Bonnie Tyler's Total Eclipse of the Heart. That's
Doesn't she sing it with someone?
Yes, but maybe it is Meatloaf, the other one. I don't know. I think this track is a 4, like I said.
Okay. I liked it. I thought it was, it's her saying that she's, again, choosing happiness, that she's fucked up but isn't everybody, and that, she's looking towards the future and she's not focusing on the past anymore. And for me, it was another strong song. I gave it a 4.5 on 5.
I gave it a 3. Not that I didn't like it. It just wasn't as strong as some of the other tracks on the album. Kind of bored me a little bit.
The video's boring.
Yes, the video is not that strong either.
Does she really record in that pink room all the time?
I hope so. Bright. I loved her outfit. I loved her hair, the whole thing. I loved it.
I thought she looked lovely, but it's really just her in the studio with her people.
With pink hair, it's because of her.
And she looked great. I feel like just any video where it's the band or the person in the studio, in front of the microphone. Maybe the backup vocalist are doing the harmonies in front of them, and that's all it was. It was like a behind the scenes of the song getting recorded was the video, and I'll be honest, a little on the boring side.
Fair enough.
And for those of you who are like interested to remember him, this one was produced by Ben Folds.
Nice.
Fun fact.
In terms of anything else, I mean, it's not a bad song to listen to. Just
There's nothing really here to draw me back to it. It just kind of is.
Okay.
Nice.
Yep.
Anyways, I'ma hunt you down.
I'm like a little kitty, and I can see at night.
I like this one a lot more.
So cute.
It's got personality. It's got soul. And more importantly, I know a lot of girls who want to say that to a guy when they're falling in love.
Yep.
I feel like, especially...
Like, I love you so much, baby. Don't make me kill you.
Dude, the whole crazy chick thing just throws me off, bro.
It's amazing. She's giving you a warning. Like,
And she's being fucking honest.
I'm crazy when I'm in love. I never killed anybody, but don't fuck around on her.
But
and
is she really gonna follow through?
Yeah.
Or is she gonna make another song where she cries about getting heartbroken?
But my point is that
either way,
when she says fucking get you or hunt you down, it doesn't necessarily mean she's literally gonna kill you.
I'm not saying.
But I get the
I'm
feeling
just
like she's gonna go psycho on you and ruin your life for a minute. Yes.
That whole psycho chick thing just throws me off. Like I don't get it. Relationships happen, relationships don't happen. I don't see, to be honest, if you're going on a date with somebody or if you've been seeing somebody and this person's like, hey, if you fuck around, I'm going to hunt you down. Well, I'm gone. I don't need to know that you're going to cut me in my sleep for any reason.
That's saying is you're not man enough to handle that woman. Because I'm going to tell
Fine.
you something straight
Hey,
up.
if I don't want to be with somebody who's willing to like stab me while I'm sleeping, hey, my own personal safety, man. Like,
it's a matter of she's not going to stab you. She's going to stab you if you're an idiot.
Yeah, don't fuck
So
around.
if you're
on
saying that you're going to be an idiot and you can't handle the woman, I get you, but it's very much just like wait till you're a little bit older and everybody's fucked up. Because trust me, that's just describing everybody in their late 20s that I've seen so far. Like most single women, that's how they seem to sound. Like, listen, I've been hurt in the past by a version of you
just not there
who's
yet.
kind of callous with the it doesn't make a difference.
It's like a
fucking
good...
relationships in. Well, that's the
good
kind of
song
guy
for
she's
women.
writing it about.
I'm just saying,
So,
like, I'm just saying from the other perspective, it's more fucked up because, like, of course.
From the other perspective, I would say we have two other. I'm saying, damn, this girl sounds fantastic. I'm saying this girl sounds like she's down to ride. She's G as fuck. She gonna do everything for you. But if you cross her, she gonna kill you. To me, that sounds gangsta as fuck. It sounds like Kesha's the real deal.
I didn't
now,
get that.
I thought it was hilarious.
Well, that's
I
because the
blind.
other side of the coin is I don't know how to handle a real woman, so it's scary and I'm gonna run away.
Fine.
I get that. But if I come across a crazy psychotic one that has a lot of scary tendencies, if I come across it, you just gotta learn how to manage the situation. And you know what?
Scary or
Kesha
crazy.
said that to me. I'm like, you're never gonna kill me. You know why? Because I'm never gonna give you a reason to.
I don't.
But the lack of empathy and compassion.
I've been told, like, girls have told me, and I'm just there like, no, you won't. Like, shut up.
Yeah, but instead of doing that and being an asshole, understand why they're saying it.
What girl hasn't told you? Like, listen, if you cheat on me, I'm gonna come fucking after you, and I'm gonna fucking kill you.
And I'm like, yes, and you can do that, and it's gonna get you what? Like, just on a personal,
but
it's gonna get you what?
It's just a warning. Like,
but what's it gonna say?
It doesn't make me
saying
wanna...
to you, Chris, I have been hurt before.
It's something women have to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a warning.
Because you know what happens?
Because they're going to give you everything.
And then what happens if she does go psychotic on you? Then she doesn't give you the warning. You're like, you could have told me you were going to be like that.
No!
And in her previous song, she says, when she says forever, she fucking means forever.
Yes.
So, again, she's like, if you fuck that up.
Even to that end, man, it's like, you're not really hearing what she's saying. She's saying, I have trusted and I have been hurt. Let me know that you're not going to do it like that.
I'm not saying I don't get that. It's just the whole crazy chick vibe that I'm not feeling. The whole, like, I'm going to hunt you down and, like, you're the reason why I'm all upset and shit.
That's just not what she's saying. She's saying...
That's what I'm getting.
In fact, what she's saying is, you're so incredible. You're so amazing. I'm falling so fucking hard for you. That if you fucking hurt me, it's gonna break me so much that I'm gonna feel like I want to kill you.
Not to be like, you know, a dick about it, but like she states, learn to let it go, Kesha.
Yeah, but dude,
learn to let it go.
I feel like you're looking at this like
she's a woman.
See, you're not getting the context, right? You're basically coming at this from the perspective of well, I haven't done anything, so why is she saying it to me like that?
No, I'm not.
Which is,
just giving y'all a heads up.
It's kind of what you are. Like, you're not hearing what she's saying. You're not listening to her.
Okay.
And if that's the case, well, Chris, she should definitely...
Die?
You're not really, like...
I guess
it's a matter of listening to what the woman's actually saying. And if you can't do that, do good luck in relationships. That's the number one skill, is to read past that. Why they're saying it is more important than what they're saying. And if you listen to why she's saying it, she's saying, I'm a quality woman that don't want to get hurt again. Don't hurt me, please. Please don't hurt me.
Yeah.
Right.
And you should know how to hear that message and apply the proper empathy to this. All you dudes out there, understand that message and the empathy. Don't look at it like she's being crazy to be crazy. She's being crazy because some dude fucked her up.
It's a protection. It's sort of like saying, like, listen, like, don't fuck around with me. I don't want to be hurt like that again. I'm giving you everything. Just don't fuck it up.
And you've been warned.
Yeah.
And you don't have chances and shit like that. Because in the past, they've given chances. They've listened to all the lines. And they've heard guys who are like, well, you'll just get over it. It doesn't make a big deal. And they've heard that shit. Don't have time for it no more.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's what makes you a strong, tough woman.
I don't know.
Anyways, I give this one a 5 on 5.
I give it a 4.
I give it a 3.
It's a 4.
It's a banger.
Anyway, next up is Boogie Feats.
Dance with me, please.
I think it's really cool that she likes Avril Lavigne.
I have to agree.
Because Avril Lavigne's Canadian.
I do
Big
like
ups,
Avril Lavigne.
respect.
Yep.
Well, I don't know if this is directly from her, but
I don't
it
give a
definitely
shit.
sounds
No, but
like
she
her.
sounds like
You know
this,
what? Maybe
this
it's
is
the
Avril.
Eagles of Death, whoever that like Avril Lavigne.
Maybe they were like Avril Lavigne's
But basically,
backup
what
band.
I'm saying is Avril Lavigne here is a clear influence in the writing of this song. In my opinion, it's just an Avril track sung by Kesha and these other people.
Yep.
On that note, it's great. I love the fact that, well, lyrically, it's a little more Kesha. I like the fact that it's like, I don't care about who you are, how smart you are, anything about that, fuck it. I just want to dance and shake my ass.
Yeah, that's basically what the whole song's about. She just wants to dance. It's weird. It's exactly what she wants it to be. And, like, it's fun. Like, I could see, like, everybody kind of, like, singing this at, like, a bar or something. And,
Right.
you know, it would just be, like, a fun kind of song like that, and I enjoy it. Overall, I give this one a 4 on 5.
I thought it was a 4.5. I thought it had a great beat. It stood out from the rest of this album. And it really feels like a fun party track. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
like Kesha is
She's
known,
definitely having fun with this album.
and I kind of a little bit expect
No,
a couple of
yeah.
those tracks from Kesha. Like, I kind of want to know I can move my feet to something on her album. We've had a lot of slowness, and
There's
has
been
been
a lot that
of
you can,
whatever.
like, stomp to and clap along
But not
to.
anything that you can really get up and shake it out to and really have a great old time and, like, pick up your girl and spin around a room and have fun to. And I like the point of this song. It's really about breaching the walls of various prejudices and shit. And everybody should just dance and we can all equalize on the dance floor.
It's like a unifying dance. It's
And
cool.
I appreciate it. I thought it was a 4.5. This one is way better than the last couple of tracks in terms of distinction, standing
Interesting.
out. I don't know that
Nice.
there's a lot that sounds like it, and I can tell you that the summer needs more fucking life in its music. So I
Hells yes.
sincerely hope this shit gets popped out at a single soon so we can all boogie feet and have less of this dreary shit. Not that it's bad, but so much of the pop music has been so dreary of late that
Fair enough.
this is a nice,
It's a reflection
refreshing
on life,
like
man.
break in the middle of it.
Totally agree. No, I have to agree with you on that. It's a really good song. It's a very summer vibe. It gives you this like wanting to go out and wanting to just enjoy life and just have fun and just, you know, dance and fuck around. Like, just be what everyone wants to be and kind of live free for a moment.
Yeah.
Cool. 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
And it's the second time on the album she's mentioned that shaking her ass is being free, which makes me wonder if in the past she's been criticized for ass shaking, like it's a negative thing. And I noticed
She
those
clearly
details.
likes her bum. She put that on her album, so it has album in it right there.
You know,
And
That was a little reach out, buddy.
you know what happens after you go from the albums all the way down the legs? You get to some boots.
Me wanna die, but when you grab me and you spin me.
Okay, one of you two start. I'm not feeling this
All
one.
right.
I like this one. This one like made me dance. I'm like maybe just because I grew up in the country and I still have like a little bit of that kind of an influence. But I really like this one. It made me like want to stomp my foot. Like it talks about, it's kind of like sexy too because she says she missed a flight to Japan because this guy held her hand or took her hand, and then she wakes up in the morning wearing nothing but his boots. and there's like whip sounds and like very country-esque sound.
Well, isn't it that he's doing her, or he has nothing but his boots on, and
no, she has nothing but his boots on.
Yeah, she has nothing
you
but
can't
his
withstand seeing me without your boots on.
Yeah, and then that she never wanted to be married, but that like maybe like he's like fucking with her mind, and like and maybe she wants to marry him, and that she's got guys all over the world, but like this guy is kind of making her stay. So it's interesting. It's like kind of her like discovering this love and kind of like I don't know. I really like this one. I gave it a 5 on 5.
Hey.
I heard this one and I said, "Holy shit! This is gonna be in the morning when she's taking a shower." And I'm playing on her phone, and I just saw my future of hearing this song way more than I ever wanted to.
Get used to it.
Honestly, I'd say it's a 3.5. I don't think it's over the top. It's pretty classy for what it is. It's clever, but it is just an attempt at fusing that country feel with modern pop, and I don't know that it's exciting. It's just kind of what it is. It's shorter. It's cheesy allegory. Like, it's just not
I liked
great.
it. I thought it sounded fun.
I feel like
sexy.
It's the equivalent of putting a big watch and a Lamborghini and a couple of models shaking their ass into the female version of that kind of song. It's everything it's supposed to do to get some panties wet and make some girls want a thing.
That's quite it, but all right.
Interesting.
But like from like the romance novel, Harlequin novel kind of panty wetting, like it's coming at it from a whole different angle. Anyway.
Interesting. I actually really like this song for some odd, fucked up reason.
Because it's a good song.
I got swept into the lyrics. I got swept into the song. And I know it's really odd to hear, but I kind of have a way of, taking away the fact that it's all, like, female and woman and, like, the whole, like, aspect of what she's seeing. And I kind of put it in, like, how I see it and what I take from it. And this is actually really fucking cool because I don't know if a lot of guys are willing to admit this, but we can feel the same thing that she's saying on this song.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I've been there where, like, I'm leaving to go and somebody's like, no, stay. And that moment, and, you know, like, I kind of
get,
felt
like, weak at the knees. Like, you're, like,
yeah,
in that
like,
kind
I've
of, like,
been there,
moment.
and I can admit that. And it's an experience, and it's something to know. Like, you're about to fuck up a decision to go, whether it's Japan, whether it's a show, whether it's whatever, for something you really feel. Like, it's insane. I actually gave this my first 5 on 5.
What?
No stress. Straight up, like, I felt this thing to be really fucking cool. I like the way she did it. I like the presentation.
Just way better songs that communicate that idea.
This is your first 5?
This is my first, and unfortunately only 5 on 5. I really fucking like this, man. In terms of just, and it's weird because I try not to make it so relatable anymore. I try to, like, have a different grading system now. But in terms of relatability, like, I've been where she's been in terms of the guy perspective.
I don't know. Like, you're a bit more of a hopeless romantic than she is, and you're kind of more in relationships than she is, and the way you're living your life isn't. But I get what you're saying.
I had a life.
I'm just.
Okay.
In the
like,
last,
I had a life
in the last
you.
3 years, keeping in mind you're 23, so most of your adulthood has kind of been locked down. Is all I'm trying to say. Kesha's like a little older, done a few more things. Doctor looped it up.
And what she knows is that old flames can't hold the candle to you.
What I learned today is that there's a Dolly Parton song that's this, and that this was covered by Kesha way back on an acoustic version, that Kesha's mom was a co-writer of the original song, and that Dolly Parton came to save the day and they redid a cover, but it's a cover featuring
not save the day, just add to the day.
And look, we're in country land here on this song, like all out.
Yeah, but just listen to the words. Like she says, like if she could rekindle the flame, she could with a look or a touch. But nothing compares to the love that she's feeling now. I know what she's saying. I like the idea of this song. It's very sweet. And, like, listen, I have all these options. I have all these potentials. Like, I just saw my lover from back in the day. I could have fucked him, but I'd rather fuck you because the flame I once felt doesn't hold up to the candle that is you. I mean, it's cute. It's true.
And it's cheesy.
It's
and
nice
it's lovely.
It's still relatable today, even though it came out like many years ago. You know, and the fact that Dolly is doing it again, but with Kesha, kind of like leaving her, you know, part of her reign.
Right.
So I just thought it was amazing. Dolly Parton is amazing. Like she can do no wrong.
Really well together. Dolly Parton has a power and a tier above Kesha singing. Like Dolly Parton is amazing. And
if you've never listened to anything of hers, please go listen to like Jolene, or go listen to 9 to 5, anything. She's great.
I do felt it kind of dragged on a bit at the end.
It was a little
maybe
stretched
it's
out.
the point. Maybe that's the way this music's supposed to play, and it's all about the singing and whatever. But
country music has a lot of
like I give it a 4.
Atmospheric type thing to it. So there's a lot of like.
It was
sounds
nice. It was a really well composed, well made song. It is a cover, so I can't grade it with the songwriting of the rest of it. It's a 4. If it came on, I would totally skip it because I'm never in the mood to listen to country. And it's not a disrespect against the music. It's just there's no fucking way I'm putting this one on ever again. No offense, unless I get. And I think Dolly Parton's a lovely and fantastic, talented artist. But aside from her more poppy, fun, upbeat stuff, I can't do it.
It's sort of like an heirloom. It's it's kind of being passed on. And I don't know. I thought it was great. I gave it a 5 on 5. It reminded me of like the kind of stuff that like my dad used to listen to on his like super duper old radio because he would listen to like country music, and so it kind of gave me that 70s twangy but like real country music, and so I liked that. It reminded me of like my childhood. 5 on 5, yeah.
It was a good song. Dolly Parton's voice is fucking amazing. I grew up watching fucking Disney Channel and shit. She was all over that. My grandmother used to listen to country, so I was experienced to Dolly Parton as a kid. And I've always loved her voice. Kesha, good voice, but I'm withholding on this one. I'm not ever in the mood for country. I just
yeah. No offense.
It's like, you know what? You know the time I am in the mood for country? When it's 4:00 in the morning and I'm leaving the club, or I'm like just finishing the party.
That's what Yellow Wolf is for.
Okay.
Yeah, like I can't even argue. That's what Yellow Wolf is for. It's like the closest country rap we're ever gonna accept. Jesus, okay. But no, I gave this a 4 on 5, man.
It's okay. At least you're not being compared to Godzilla in a song.
I am.
To the mall.
This is awesome. I really like this song.
This is just her being weird and like,
this is very odd.
I love it.
I am the kind of guy often that is being compared to here. I go out in public and I embarrass the people I'm with often, or I've been given terrible feedback about taking me out in public before. And so when I consider it, it's like...
It's a working progress.
And then you got to consider that maybe Kesha has dated some questionable figures over her life. And then you got to picture, like, back when a lesser me was awful as a person and some girls saw what I would become or the benefit in me, that's what she's describing. Like, look, I'm dating this guy that you're calling a monster. But when I see him, this is all I see when I look at him, and I think he's wonderful. And you know what? Even if my mother wants to call the police at the sight of him, even if I said he's okay, even if
he eats my French fries.
Yeah, that's a big deal sometimes. Look, It's a wonderful, beautiful, cute track. I think it's short. I think it's sweet. I think it's just weird and cute to call it Godzilla because it's so obtuse. You're sitting there like, what the fuck's this gonna be? And then it's just such a pleasant, beautiful little ditty.
Yep, it's very cute. It is very random. It's very Kesha. She's just being like goofy and quirky,
it's
and
nice.
I think it's really cute. It's like an acoustic kind of sound. I also gave this one a 4 on 5. It's good.
I didn't like this. I didn't like it. I got it. I understood it. I just really didn't like it. It didn't have that sound to me. It was really weird.
It's a unique experience, that's for sure.
I'm not saying it's not creative. It is very creative, but just like with all art, people are not going to like it.
Well, I don't know if it's art that people aren't going to like it. I think you could rephrase that as some people will like it and others won't, or something like that.
Oh, I didn't mean to say aren't going to like it, but some people aren't going to like it.
What he was saying previously is, I feel like it was attacking me.
It's not just.
That's what
it's
he was
a
saying.
2 on 5. It's a 2 on 5.
I don't understand how. Like the melody is nice.
I don't know,
the actual
dude. It was
technical singing is nice. The level of lyric writing. I mean, it's not like fucking.
It's
poetry,
like a little part of her imagination.
Poetry, but it's something like I could just picture her daydreaming and thinking about this.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, let's take a ride upon a spaceship.
So.
The wars, the triumphs.
apparently she was sober Sally sitting at Joshua Tree, and a bunch of UFOs showed up, and now she believes that those UFOs are going to come back and save her from this awful planet, as is manifested by this song, which is pretty much about that, down to the point where she doesn't care if you believe, because this is what she believes, and this world is awful, and she's just waiting. And
but she says that she always felt alienated from the rest of the world because everyone is so miserable and hopeless and angry and just horrid, and so she always felt that she was different from everybody because of that. She wanted to be happy. She wanted to do something else, and in a way it's quite a sad song, because she's saying, like, you know, when she dies, you won't need to bury me. You won't need to have any of that. There won't need to be a grave, because, you know, like, the aliens are going to come and take me away, and I'm going to go home.
And it's sort of like a weird... sounds like what Christians are saying.
It's like her own version of religion again. Like, she kind of changes it to suit her needs. And...
sober at a place where a bunch of people do crazy hallucinogens.
I just felt like she, like we said, that she's never felt accepted, that she's always been alienated, and I feel like she might feel like she's not from Earth.
And had she not provided that long, elaborate explanation about how it's almost literal, I might have really, really given this a truly great 5 or something. But the idea of it being literal kind of hurts the song a little bit to me, because I like the idea of this being a loose thing, because it really is kind of a melancholy but uplifting kind of song. Like, it doesn't matter what happens to me.
You know that she's been through shit again. Like, you're kind of being reminded of that, but she doesn't.
But, like, the chorus and the melody is really strong. The verses are kind of like, it's like a third of the length of the chorus.
Again.
And it builds out and it gets more intense and stuff. And then at the end, you've got some weird spaceship kind of effects playing out, and that's just to close the album. I give this a 4. It's creative. Now, this is a song where I'm going to go, this is a creative song, because to come up with this without drugs is really interesting to me.
Yes.
And it's really sweet, and it's really deep, and I think, like, it's really honest, and I have to give a lot of emphasis on that you really can connect with her. And I felt like that. It's just the literal side of this song I'm having some trouble with, because okay, maybe you're right, maybe there were UFOs, maybe etc. I'm not too vain to say that there isn't other life in the universe and stuff. It's just, it's so fucking left field for this album. It's like we're going on this adventure with her, and it's all grounded into fucking Earth, and then she sounds like a Scientologist at the end of the album on this one song.
Yeah.
And I actually wanted to Google, and I didn't check it. Did she convert to Scientology? Because that was my thoughts when I got to the end of this. I was like, it was just so fucking weird. Yes, it even fits thematically, but it's such a curveball that I had trouble wrapping my head around that. 4 on 5 still.
Yeah. I mean, I love her. I mean, this just goes to show that she doesn't give a fuck. She's sticking true to her word. She's just being her. She's being creative. This is her expression of how she feels about life. And it is very raw, very honest. It's very weird. But, like, she doesn't give a fuck, right? So she's just saying, like, okay, this is what I experienced. And for me, like, this was my...
experience?
This was my experience, and this was my way of, like, overcoming all this shit that I went through. And if I have to fucking believe in aliens because you believe in, you know, whatever else other people choose to believe in, then she's like, then so be it. Like, this is gonna be my path.
Okay, that's actually a little better than what I thought.
Fair enough.
A lot better than what I thought.
I give this one a 4.5 on 5.
Nice. It wasn't a bad song. It was very weird. I like the metaphor. I like the fact that she's being honest about how she feels alienated. I like how she's going in, and like you said, Bonnie, she doesn't give a fuck. But again, like Holden said, the whole literal part is just a little like, look,
you know, and people say that they have had encounters with, you know, Jesus or with Mary or someone, and, you know, maybe she had an encounter with an alien.
Maybe.
And whether or not it's true or not, in her mind, it is real.
And I'm not discrediting what she thinks in her mind. I'm going to draw a line somewhere. Like, if you...
That's fair.
I just didn't think it was necessary for this album to go so literal.
It was weird, but it was still country, so it fit in, like, this weird sort of way.
It's kind of like Firefly, a country western in space.
Nice.
Okay.
The show Firefly, written by the dude who wrote Buffy, Joss Whedon or whatever.
Like, I know what it is, but I don't want to.
So, I gave this album a 4.0 something, but it got a 4. I was like, holy fuck, Kesha dropped a really solid album. I may have had a couple hater comments along the way. It totally is not written for me. Like, I'm not the target demographic of Kesha. But I appreciate strong, independent, don't need no man, woman music when it's done well, and that's what this is. This is an album I imagine is going to inspire a lot of young women. And good on you, Kesha. Good on you for, like, owning up to your, like, role model shit, to know your place in society, and to, like, respectably own it like a boss, all while being you. Big ups. You is the most
Love you, Kesha.
G that's come out in a while. You're more G than Miki.
Yeah,
Nice.
I thought this, I mean, obviously, you guys know I gave that crazy 10, and I am counting it, because, as I said, that even if the rest of the album was terrible, that song makes up for it. So for me, this was a 5.10 on 5, making it, like, at 102%.
Doesn't even
so,
count. So it's really like
for
a
me,
4.8.
like, this was epic. Like, I thought it was great.
4.8-ish. I did the math.
Okay, whatever. But Kesha, I'm so happy that you're back, and I'm so happy that you came back with, like such a vengeance, but, like, a positive one. Like, you're not out to get anyone. There's a lot of forgiveness here, and that takes a lot of strength. So good on you. I'm happy you're back. Like, keep going. I can't wait to see everything else you're always going to do.
Nice. For me, the album got a 3.7 on 5.
No!
It's really, honestly, just not my thing. Like, there's no more than that. The album's great for people who like this. The album's great for the targeted demographic, but just
Heck yes.
for me, no.
Yeah, it's fine. Chris did better than I thought he would do.
You did a very good job.
He tried.
Anyways, go listen to
that's
Praying,
the wrap
for goodness
for
sakes.
today.
Headspaces are full. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, comment
Leave
below.
the comments.
Yes.
If you're one of those women who showed up and don't know what this channel's about, according to Google's stats, you guys don't like this channel, but we hope you come and check it out and give some love, and we hope you enjoyed the video, and until the next time.
Love you.